How's it everyone? Jacques from Dapper Shaves. We'll be back in the rainforest for another straight razor shave. I've got some gear here. We'll get into that shortly, so bear with me. We're going to briefly once again talk about what I call the 3 pillars of shaving to help you make decisions and go forward. I'm going to talk about a new soap release, and I'm going to answer a question I've been asked many times. Jacques, what is your Grail razor and why? So we're going to use that Grail razor. We're going to talk about that. Why this channel? So when I started wet shaving, it was difficult to find technical content. If I talk about technical content, I talk about content beyond the basics. I couldn't find it. I had to have my own experiences, and so for me, I want to convey those experiences in a non-complicated manner to my audience, and hopefully you guys can find it useful in your shaving journey. So yeah, for me it was a trial and error. So first of all is welcome to all the new subscribers that's joined. I've now reached 500, and for me it's not about numbers, but it's more about getting the message across and making a difference in somebody else's life. So while I keep talking, a preview of the new soap release from Master Soap Creations, and you'll see it's a collab base. So it's a new collab with somebody. This soap is releasing in 2 to 3 weeks, I believe. And so we're going to be shaving with that, and we'll get into that soap in a bit more detail. So by now you would know the pre-shave routine. So getting to the first component of the 3 pillars, the very first pillar is skin health, right? Understanding of skin health and having a healthy skin when attempting your shaves. Moreover, if your skin is not 100% there, having the understanding how to adjust your shave to still get a good shave in without causing more problems. The second one is, so that includes prep, which I'm doing here. I'm creating a little post-shave, and so that's part of the preparation. So is post-shave considerations. All right. So the second component, or the second pillar, is skills and control. So skills and control with a razor. Skills and control in the way you make and use lather. It's those kind of skills things which I'm talking about. Knowing how to use the brush to get the best out of it, know how the razor and edge works best, which angles and so forth, and also having a view of your beard map. It's all skills things. And then the last one is where tar hits road, and that is the edge. So sharp is very easy to do these days, smooth not so much. So you'll know, for me, sharp is a very important component, but moreover, so is a smooth edge. So I'm not going to hammer onto that. So let's get into the Grail razor. But before that, and I can't show you the soap. I've been asked by Fernando from Master Soap Creations to do private testing, but I am using the soap here alive, so we're going to talk about the scent, my view of it, and we'll see how the performance goes. So this soap loaded very, very quickly. And the reason for that is this soap, even though it's a new pour, is quite soft. And that's what I mean by quite soft. So it reminds me a lot of a softer base Fernando made by mistake, which I believe is still the best soap on the market, and it's this one. I actually took the last one from him. Same thing, very, very soft, or on the soft side. So what I'm hoping from this soap is to have the same characteristics as that soap. So it will lather quite easy. The skin nourishment will be through the roof. It's going to take water, a lot of water, and it should have a very stretchy, silky-like texture to it. That's what I'm hoping for. Okay. So the Grail razor, we'll talk about that when we get shaving. I first quickly want to cover the soap. So as you know by now, how I work with my soaps is they come in and then I nose them. I don't read up anything beforehand. I decide which soap graphic I like, what soap I want to try, and then I nose it and I take my time with that. I write down my thoughts and then I check it against let's call it the release notes for the scents, the scent. So first of all, this soap is very, very creamy, very dense. So we will see how that lathers up. So I typically, so my scent notes, when I did this, I got a little bit of a citrus, bergamot type of scent to it. Musky, and which I thought is a type of a berry scent, fruity scent, which turned out to be grapefruit. So the way I describe the soap, if I scent it, I say it's a musky, fruity base with subtle sweet notes that mellows into a muscular presence. And that's exactly how I experience it now. This is a very nice base, by the way. So things are looking up. I just now need to up my game. The basics look good. So that's my description. And it is a softer, subtle scent, but it surely develops into a muscular one. I'm quite sure some of the ladies might also like it. Then, so after I've read the release notes on the scent, I could obviously pick up saffron. Okay, and the very specific musk that goes in there. So those are the things I could pick up after reading the notes. Scent profiles I do know, but I did not pick up after reading the notes were black pepper. I still don't get that, and fig leaf. So those are the things that's in here which I did not pick up on, and that's that's my note of the scent profile. So the first take on this is lather is quite easy, as you guys can see. This is not a soap, I think that's going to require blooming if you do kinds of blooming. And it's really getting that nice stretchy consistency I was hoping for. So back to the Grail razor. So we've done the soap. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on there because I don't want to steal somebody else's thunder with the soap. That will be available in the US I don't know, in the next 2 to 3 weeks, so just keep your eyes open for it. And rash, it's not going to last very long. This is very, very good. The other thing, Fernando has made some tweaks to his splashes. He has added aloe vera, and he's added hyaluronic acid to it. So all his new splashes going forward will have that in. And moreover, tobacco is back in stock, well, also hopefully within a few weeks, and that I see has got exactly the same formulation in. So, alright, so the lather, very good, it's nice and hydrated. I think I'm going to add a little bit of water, and then we are going to be off to the races. So, Grail Razor Jacques. So you guys all know I like a bellied razor, and I've stipulated the reasons for that, and if you don't know, go and watch some other videos. But essentially it's creating that stiffness behind the ultra or behind the thin edge, giving you that stability. That's essentially bellied razor. And so for me, the Grail razor, without further ado, have you guys figured it out? Made by a German, somebody that understood not just razor design but also shaving and the dynamics behind it very, very well. Also a very famous inventor. Any ideas yet? Carl Frieder Urn. Yeah, you guys know I like him, so for me this is my Grail razor. Why? He invented the hex machine that enabled these very specialized blade profiles and bellies to be in there. He understood the shaving dynamics, and so he's the granddaddy of it all. So for me, any razor from Carl Frieder Urn, for me in that regard, is going to be a Grail razor. I currently only own one, and it's this 1166. And this is essentially, I don't know, two and a half days growth, and I've just gone against the grain, removing all of that effortlessly. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take off my glasses, because the rest I think I know. I've covered the structure of this honing video. So and this definitely shaves like a Grail razor should. Guys, with this razor, I think I'm just going to do one pass and touch-ups, but I'm going to take my time. So I've had this razor for, I don't know, more than a year and a half, maybe even longer, I'm not even sure. And I've always referred to this razor as a 6/8. And then I read a post somewhere, and somebody mentioned a 7/8. So I went back and I measured this razor. I measure all my razors, but I do that for the purposes of calculating bevel angle, so I can know what I do. And I'm going to convert that back to inches to see what it really is. So this is actually a 7/8, 22.5 millimeter. Let me just give this a rinse, have a peep at this razor. There we go. It says there, the Crown and Sword razor, extra hollow grind. I'll dry it afterwards. We'll do a couple of more looks at this ERN with a model number on there. So the other reason why I like not just this razor but all vintage razors, the soap is very slick. I needed to focus there, pulling back my skin, it just wants to slip. The residual slickness of this soap is through the roof. At first thoughts, very, very good. So the other thing, like I said, vintage razors in particular is the steel. And to be more particularly vintage steel, which I refer to as virgin steel. Most, if not all, steel today is recycled steel. So it's steel components from all over in a recipe form to come up with what you have, but it's not the original same source, as I said, what I call virgin steel. That is the other reason I like vintage razors. They produce edges and shaves very difficult to beat with other materials. And so carbon steel, even today, is the choice for everybody, or mostly for making straight razors. Scary. It is very, very scary. So by the way, I can't remember if I said this edge. I changed out to a translucent Arkansas. And so that translucent Arkansas was purchased by funds provided by some followers, and I used all of that to acquire the stone and put it back into the channel. So moreover, any funds down the line made by this channel will either go back into the channel by procuring equipment and showcasing what you guys want to see, or that money will start funneling back to you guys, the subscribers, depending on what's available or not in the form of cash. So even when we cross that bridge, that's what's really happening. And that is, this channel has never been there to try and make money. I have got a job which I love and enjoy. This is a passion, and you guys are making the content a reality. Okay, so that's one pass. 2 days beard gone, 2.5 days beard gone. I just want to clean the sink, and then we are going to do I can clean up the chin a bit and maybe down here, but that essentially is BBS elsewhere, here to the stuff area in my neck up here. We'll cover that next. So yeah, we spoke about the Grail razor, the pillars. You guys have got a sneak view of a new soap coming from Master Soap Creations. We didn't speak about the brush. Simpsons Commodore 3X X3 in base, really great workhorse, performs well. And so that's that. Plenty lather left if you had to do a third pass or post shave or whatever you needed to do. So let's go and hunt for those few difficult folk hiding away. And at present I'm just actually scraping lather off my face because there's nothing left. Yeah, so the razor definitely lives up to its reputation. In my books as a Grail razor. Even though this is the ERN, this one is slightly different. It's difficult to, if I dry the razor, it was in a showcase, I believe, in the sun, so the scales discolored slightly, so it's turned from black to a light brown, but as it dries up, you'll see it. I'll show you guys. So this one, in that regard, quite unique and different. And I'm even more impressed now that I know that it's a 7/8. So maybe in the comments below, let me know what is your Grail razor. What is your wish list razor? I'm quite sure there will be many of you with fillies on that list. Kurat razors, maybe some others, so it would be interesting. Ouch. Interesting to see what you guys like and prefer. Right. As I say, this is essentially just scraping. I nicked myself in the neck, scraping off lather. Nothing. There's a few. There's a few. This thing is a monster. So what I've also done is I've actually come up with a game plan and a bit of courage. A lot of you've also interested in getting an actual opinion on me between flat stones and convex stones. So that video I'm hopefully making later this afternoon, and then we'll release at some point in time. So be on the lookout for that one. Exactly what we talked about, what I was expecting from this lather, so very happy. This definitely is one of Fernando's very, very top soaps. I don't jump to conclusions quite easy. I wanted to say the best soap he has created thus far, but this is after one use. So the next bit I'm interested in is obviously post-shave, so that's why I've done that. I'm going to rinse my brush, clean the gear. I'm going to show you another product, also from Fernando. Unfortunately for you guys in the rest of the world, you won't have access to this because it's alcohol based. So Fernando also makes, because he obtains the fragrance oils and have got the knowledge and skills, also creates EDPs. And so he's always got very interesting scents. You'll know Chieftain, this is based on diesel something. I need to check, I can't even remember the fragrance, but I like that one, so I had that made along with 4 or 5 others. And so in that regard, I'll continue to grow my EDP collection and become more fey and knowledgeable around scents. The other thing, it's a very, very affordable way of getting the EDP that is exactly on point with a scent profile. You know, it's great replications of that. So as an example, Tom Ford. I'm not going to tell you what scent that is, but you will know tobacco, and that's also based on Tom Ford's vanilla tobacco. So a fantastic one. Another firm favorite in the house, and also in the broader family, everybody is essentially going for it. Deep Blue, which is based on Daniel's Desire Blue. That's the other advantage of having such a great maker right on your doorstep and capable of collaborating with him. So that out of the way. On that, another question I get is, Jock, how much of the stuff you get is sponsored? So none of the stuff I get is sponsored. I will get a gift every now and again from Toots, and everything I buy from Master Soap Creation comes out of my pocket. Yes, I do get a discount, but everything I have comes out of my pocket. So just answering that one as well. So once again, the soap, be on the lookout for this one. It is epic. You have seen how it performs. Look at that skull looking at you. Why are you not buying me yet? This is very good. I'm impressed. So my post shave I did briefly with a soap, but now to finish that off, Fernando's one. So to make your post shave balm a bit easier, what I do is I just drop 3 drops of water on the puck like you would bloom it, give it 2 swirls, and you would see you would immediately have lots of soap available on demand. It's not a big process. And once you've got that base, you can now just start working that lather to create yourself a post shave balm. And you know, I put it everywhere, and I just let that sit because that's going to absorb quite quickly into the skin. And then I'm going to put on a splash. So I'm just pondering which one I want to pair with the collab soap. And I think it's going to be Rail's favorite, which is the Daniel, the deep blue. Always make sure you shake your splashes vigorously to ensure that the rose water, witch hazel, aloe, and now also hyaluronic acid is mixed, and then I apply it quite liberally. The reason why I do that, witch hazel splashes has got a shelf life of anything between 18 to 20 months, depending how they're made, maybe even later. But for me, I make sure I finish my splashes within 12 to 16 months once I've received them. So in that regard, I also write the dates on. I think you would have seen that. And I obtained from the manufacturer when they actually made that batch, if it's not on the product description, and then I use them accordingly. So you will seldom see me having splashes that match my my soap. And in that regard, you will see that I'm going to even have a bigger abomination with regards to scent, because I'm going to use Chieftain as the EDP. So I use the specific soap with the soap profile, use a different splash, and I'm going to use a different EDP. Go figure. There we go. The crown and sword. And then you will see that pronounced belly and a ridge over there. And that's why I like this razor. The man invented this, he understood it, he built the hex machine to grind these things, and then the rest of the world actually followed suit and copied him. This is what I meant about it's turning, once it's drying up, you'll see that brown color versus the black, and that's just sunlight that did that. So thank you for joining my shave. We did the splash, the EDP. What I do is I like a scent trail behind me, so I put 2 squirts on the back of my neck, and then just hit the warm spots on my body, on my chest with that, and that's out of the way, and I'm now done. Once again, really appreciate your support. Hope you found this useful. See you guys on the next video.